Yo, yo, yo. Hello, guys. What's happening? It's Luto here. Luto the Giant from Rugga Reloaded again. Back for another episode. Yes, episode 2. Been getting some nice reviews online on the first episode. Not a lot. I think last I checked, we were somewhere in that 30-40 views on YouTube. Means 100 starts and stuff like that. Excuse me. But we're slowly getting it out there, and I'm back for another one. Yes. So let's get back into it. This week, I'm just gonna stick with the theme of the Rugby World Cup. It's the World Cup. Last week was the the quarterfinals. It was Wales and France on Sunday. The Box and Japan. New Zealand and Ireland on Saturday, and England and Australia also played. And now this weekend we're going to the semis. It's obviously New Zealand versus England, and on Saturday at 10 o'clock. That's all on our page. Rugga Reloaded at Rugga Reloaded on Instagram. That's all on our page. 10 o'clock Central African time, and on Sunday there's a Springbok game versus Wales, if I'm not mistaken, at 11:15. So yes, it's quarterfinal weekend. Semi-final. I keep making this mistake. Last week, so as you saw, let's get right into it. South Africa versus Japan. Watching that game, I must say, although it is good that South Africa won, I must say that I didn't expect Japan to play the way they did. Considering the performances they gave to Scotland and Ireland, I just didn't expect them to go out and perform like that, trying to beat South Africa on the front football. They weren't playing their game at all. And you saw South Africa won all their scrums, all their lineouts, stole a lot of the Japanese lineouts, won a couple of the Japanese scrums, and penalties along the way, and it just shows. Even the Japanese player after the match reacted and said they were just more physical, they were just bigger. Apart from Faf de Klerk, everyone was just bigger, and that is what we're seeing from South Africa this World Cup. Going back to his strengths, or South Africa's strengths on the team, which is physicality. We're using the strength of the boys, because we've got quite big boys in the team, so it's going back to using physicality, strength, in order to set up the ball, and receiving that. So now it's the semi-finals. Obviously, the game plan will tweak a little bit. I feel Pollard will play a bigger role. It's semi-final now. It's more of like a penalties, 3-point game, scoreboard pressure game. Because Wales are a very good team. Their form this year has been outstanding. Bar their World Cup form, they've been pretty outstanding. They were ranked first in the world at a stage, so they are pretty good. The 6-2 split though is the problem that I'm seeing people have, that people just don't like how Rassi's splitting the bench, 6 forwards and 2 backline players. Or there's only one change to the Springbok team that is going to face Wales on Sunday, and that is Smungosi in for Cheslin Colby. That was because of Cheslin didn't pass his fitness test because of his ankle injury. But yeah, Smooth deserves his chance. He's more than capable and willing to fill that role. And yeah, that's the only change. So the bench is Malcolm Marks, Kitsoff, Vincent Koch, Marcus Neyman, Franco Mostert, Francois Lowe, Herschel Yankees, and Francois Stein. Those are the replacements for the game. And it's just sticking to a winning formula, you can say, because again, playing to South Africa's strengths. I mean, I don't think South Africa lost the line. I don't think South Africa lost the line out to Japan at all. Bonambi and Marks have been throwing pretty well. Bonambi in particular has been throwing well. Lloyd Diaga has been making quite a few steals in the lineouts. He's been controlling the lineouts pretty well. His experience is paying off. Excuse me. Ibn Etzebeth, he's been instrumental in the lineouts in the front, with its contest or securing our two-ball. He's been good. So that is South Africa's strength. The pack weight is 900 kilograms. So obviously the boys won't mind having it on the scrums, but you've got Beast, who's a veteran and a beast in his own right. I mean, yes. And yeah, South Africa's dominance has just been overall. I mean, just looking at the stats, South Africa scored 30 tries and have only led in 3. Wales have scored 19 but have led in 12. New Zealand, on the other hand, if you're looking at their game versus England, they've scored 29 tries. I'm not sure how many they've conceded, but they it surely isn't a lot. And England have scored 21 tries, so there's a big gap between England and New Zealand. Yeah, the score margins for England weren't as big. It was a very convincing win against the Wallabies though, but in their pool games they secured the bonus point, but it was mainly victories of like 30 something points, you know. Unlike South Africa and New Zealand though, who were blowing away teams 50 plus. But again, nothing matters until you get to the semi-finals. And just interesting note, New Zealand have a 6-match winning streak against England, so they'll be using that for momentum and to their advantage, and it'll obviously play a factor. I'm really not sure who the underdog is in this match, and I'm just, as a fan, just waiting to watch. I'm just waiting to watch an interesting and brilliant 80 minutes of rugby. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, focusing back on the South African game though. I mean, South African defense has been pretty tight. Silenced Japan, who beat Ireland and were playing in a very positive and attractive style of rugby. So that is no mean feat. And yeah, there's really not much to say about this Bok pack and its dominance, but we should note that Wales have had the Springboks number, or will have the Springboks number. I think I also read this in the South African Rugby magazine. While Wales were knocked out by South Africa in the last World Cup, obviously that plays a huge role, especially to the players that did play in that last World Cup. And then if you're looking at, obviously the coach Juan Gatland would have obviously seen like how the potential groups would have gone, and you know how it worked out probable opponents, just like how South Africa would have wouldn't have minded losing that first game to New Zealand, because it would have meant them avoiding any joins and England in the semi-finals, like the All Blacks did. But it is also I'm almost sure that Wales anticipated that they would be playing as Springboks if they were playing in this final. So that also is so they probably would have prepared well, but they didn't play well at all last week, and so they really can't build on any momentum. But you see that South Africa's momentum is there. Just a few stats about Pollard though against Wales. He'll be looking to have a very big game because he's on the brink of breaking a couple of records. Um, I must say, Henry Pollard, excuse me, he needs just 2 more tries to equal the career record of 8 tries as a fly of hell by Morné Steyn. Then, he also needs 3 penalties to equal Percy Montgomery's 10 career goal. 10 points. 10 penalties career against Wales. So he needs 3 more penalties to equal Percy Montgomery's record for 10 penalties in his career against Wales. Furthermore, he needs 1 more drop goal to become the sole record holder for the most drop goals against Wales. Currently, he shares the record with Hansi Brewis and Lionel Wilson. Pollard still has a lot of time to get all these records. Actually, he's pretty young. I think he's just entering his prime years. I think we're just seeing the best of him now. You yet to see the best of Henry Pollard. It's a pity that he's leaving. But that's a big move on him. He has to get his money and everyone. Yeah. But I'm excited. But yes. So he just needs 1 more drop. I think he can get the drop goal and the 3 penalty goals, or I think he can get either one of the two or both. I think he can get either one of the two or both. Yeah, there's quite a lot of experience in the squad. Total number of caps for the squad for the lineup is 677. So Henry Pollard will be looking to have a very big game here. Excuse me. I just don't know what's happening here. Going into I think it's very important that we touch on the ref, Jerome Garces. He'll be the ref of this match. It's the 15th match between South Africa and Wales. This will be his 15th match with South Africa, and his 57th in his his Test career. Just an interesting note, like South Africa has a very bad win percentage against this coach. I just think these penalty goals may be hard to come by for Pollard. If we're also looking at the first game against New Zealand, because he was the ref, I believe, and he just wasn't giving there was just a lot of contentious calls, if you can say. This don't undermine his credibility. This is a test referee, 57 test matches, so again, he is good at what he does, evidently. So I just hope that his officiating between the north and the south, I think it's just hope for flowing game, good game nonetheless. Hope for the best, Box in the final. And one last thing, I'll keep it very short today. This episode I might have a part 2, depending on the responses from everyone and people. but I might have a part two on discussing like the semi-finals in more in depth. I mean, after on Sunday evening. So part two might be more, will most probably be done then. Have a part two done, just discussing the final, discussing the semi-finals, what we saw. The general trend in semi-finals. I don't know. I've lived through how many World Cups. I was old enough to remember the 2007 World Cup. Pretty young though. 2011 one, 2015. Now this one. All I can say is it's not running rugby. It's not not running rugby in terms of excuse me. If a team is in the 22, most probably the captain. Oh, I'm burping now. Will opt for poles in the semi-final match instead of going for the corner, kicking for the corner, getting the line out, maybe possibly driving more and getting the 5-pointer. This time around they'll play more conservative, kicking for poles, and New Zealand have the most conversions, followed by South Africa. You have 22, South Africa have 20. So yeah, the boots will be very important in both matches. Boot of both Unfell and Uchimonga and or Bowden Barrett, and the boot of Welsh starting lineup hasn't come out yet, but I think it'll be Dan Bigger at 10. So his boot will be vital. Henry Pollard's boot will be vital, you know. But it's gonna be a penalty game because scoreboard pressure keeps the game going. It will be tight games nonetheless, and it's the top 4 nations in the world. She's gonna make like very well for like it's gonna be good for like us spectators. I think Eddie Jones has something planned up his sleeve. George Ford is in. Yeah. Actually, going through the lineups, I think I can name the England lineup. Marco Vunipola, Jamie George Hooker, Carl Sinclair, Mauro Itoje, Courtney Laws, 5, 6 was Tom Curry, 7 Sam Underhill, 8 Billy Vunipola, 9 Ben Youngs, 10 George Ford, that's the chain, 11 Johnny May, 12 Owen Farrell, 13 Manu Tuolagi, 14 Anthony Watson, 15 Elliot Daly, 16 Luke Cowan-Dickey, 17 Joe Marler, 18 Dan Cole, 19 George Cruz, 20 Mark Wilson, 21 Willie Hines, 22 okay, that just became very weird. Number 22 for England. Henry Slade, yes, and number 23 is Henry Joseph. Jonathan Joseph. I almost said Henry Slade was number 23. That's why I wanted to make sure before I said anything. And yes, that's the New England lineup. The New Zealand lineup is Joe Moody, 1 Cody Taylor, 2 Nepo Laulala, 3 Brodie Retallick, 4 Sam Whitelock, 5 Scott Barrett, 6, that's a change, Ardie Savia, 7 Kieran Reid, 8 Aaron Smith, 9 and Richie Mo'unga, 10 George Bridge, 11 Anton Leonard Brown, 12 Jack Woodview, 13 14 Sebo Rees, 15 Bowden Barrett, 16 Dan Coles, 17 Ofa Tuingafasi, 18 Angus Tahavao, 19 Patrick Tuipulotu, Sam Kane, 20 21 TJ Paranoia, 22 Sonny Bill Williams, 23 Geordie Barrett. Those are the teams. Those are the teams for the semi-finals. Bar Wales, because they haven't given us their starting lineup yet. Yeah. It's just interesting to note before I leave that the, the rugby culture instead of rugby like in the world is slowly growing. Like rugby is just growing steadily all across the world, and it's amazing to see. It's amazing to see like the rugby culture in Japan. Like I knew it existed, but I didn't know like it's growing so fast. You know, the USA rugby culture is also growing a bit, and because also they're realizing that American football is just a weaker version of rugby. No shade thrown at American football guys. I mean, Tom Brady, amazing. You know, we love you guys. But I'm just saying, rugby is a manlier sport. It's a better sport, let's be honest. But yeah, I mean, I'm just happy to see that still, and I'm really we want to get to a stage where it's like the soccer World Cup, where you have 32 teams in the World Cup, 32 world-class teams ready to win this World Cup. Sort of 20. We had 20. It's a nice number, but we can do more. I think we can add 4 more teams. Can we add 4 more teams by the next World Cup? There are a lot more nations that are taking rugby seriously. A lot more nations that are investing in rugby. It's growing and it's just amazing. Might just come back from retirement and have a crack at pro rugby again. Joking. Yeah, but it's just amazing to see the sport growing, becoming more and more global, like football. I think rugby can be as enjoyable as soccer, if you just give it the chance. And yeah, guys, we'll speak after the semi-finals on Saturday and Sunday. So I think we just be on the lookout for a podcast up on YouTube and Podbean, obviously on Sunday or Monday morning. Should be up. Start the week off nice and bright. Do some things. Won't be too long as well, because a lot of people also like it's 40 minutes long. So yeah, and guys, I'm just saying we should be on the lookout for some guests. We're gonna have some very fun and interesting guests in the near future. Some future stars. So yeah, and hope you enjoyed this one. This has been the second one. This is Luto from Rugga Reloaded. This has been nice, guys. Hopefully, we keep on doing this more and more. Let's go play some music again.